Hello everyone, I am the Nighttime Gamer, um, and I am in Vintage Story. I'm just gonna show everyone a little bit of chiseling real quick. Um, now, uh, if you've played this game, you can see there are chimneys in the game already. However, I'm gonna show you that you don't have to limit yourself to those. Let me grab this torch and light this, because we need it lit for this demonstration. Let's light the fire, and you see how the smoke just kind of like hits that block right there, and it just kind of sits there and pulls out in front of it. Well, if you grab a chisel and you've got metal, and you can make a chisel out of any type of metal you can make tools out of. So you don't need a steel chisel like I have right here. I'm just being creative, so I grabbed the best tools. And you right click to make a block chiselable. And I don't think the smallest one will allow you to make a hole big enough for smoke to pass through. However, I think this size will be good enough. Alright, is that working? Let's get at an angle. I don't think that is working. It might need to be a bit bigger. And that ember just jumped through the hole. I don't know why it's not smoking. Let's put it out. Let's put that there. Fill it back up with firewood. Let's try and get it at an angle where we can see it while it's lighting. Just while we're putting off extra smoke. Well, let's take that. Let's put it over here. Let's see. See, the smoke isn't going through. The embers are launching straight through the hole. But I don't see any smoke coming through. Well, I know the hole is physical because the embers are coming straight through the hole off of the fire. Oh. All the smoke's getting blown sideways. Let's see. Can I make a wind block? Does this have to be inside of a house for it to be considered? Okay. Bam. Now we're inside a house. There's no wind on the smoke. I'm surprised that was it. And now there's smoke coming through the hole. Now, I'm pretty sure the hole doesn't have to be that big either. Let me try filling this in a little with the chisel. Alright. And there's still smoke coming through. So yes, I was right with the size on it the first time around. One other thing, if you chisel holes through blocks, we can pretend that I chiseled at least another block hollow from the bottom and left the top part. But if you put water down and you have a large enough hole chiseled in, this block with the hole in it will let the water flow through it, creating a shower of sorts. Now, obviously, having that block hollowed out, the water above it, you could just use a water block instead. Skip the whole chiseling. But let's say you were chiseling out a bunch of piping and to make it look cool, you know, it would work like that. But yeah, this has just been a little short on me explaining chiseling. You know, in game, the chisel, or there are chimneys, and you don't need to chisel. But if you don't have access to all the stuff that you need to make a chimney, you can make a custom one and chisel it out. Or you can do stuff like that with water, you know, make like custom showers or whatever you want. Have your water flow from a big tower to wherever you need it. Um, I'm pretty sure if you chisel a block sideways and put a hole in it like that, the water will flow into it. You don't need a pump or anything, but it will only flow sideways the amount that water will naturally flow sideways. So let's grab that. Let's put it down. It will only go 6 or 7 blocks off of the main one. Oops. Oops. Like that. Alright. Well, that's all for now. I just wanted to show everyone that. Um, see, I've closed the hole up, and the smoke is still coming through slowly, but it's getting stopped, and it's building right there. So the smoke will come through. It's just the bigger the hole is, the faster it will come through. But also the bigger the hole is, the less insulated the room will be, so the colder it will be in the winter. Unless you use the real, actual in-game chimney. So that is the downside, but the only downside of a custom-made chimney. I think the other chimneys just as well do the same thing, like decrease your insulation during the winter. It's just with chiseling, you have the potential of making the hole way too big and making the effect way worse. Because a big enough hole will count for not having a block there, and it'll be just like a window, just like missing a block. This is no longer a sealed room. where if I have that there, it is a sealed room. But yeah, I have been the Nighttime Gamer. That was a quick little explanation, and I'll catch you next time in the next episode.